get us started. The punter, Drew Kaiser. And off we go from Oakland. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On play action, Prescott. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Going to 54. Why
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
26. 26.
First down, Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. After the interception, here's Darnold. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure, but it falls incomplete, and it's second down. Phillip Dorsett, the intended receiver, and it's second down. And they'll run it here. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. On the tackle, it was Dane Cruikshank.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
And Darnold just beating the play clock. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Dante Fowler in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be fourth down. Here's Drew Kaiser now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Pulled in at the 24. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
At 47. Check. 26.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here on a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here I come again.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Here, and he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 3 down, 3 down.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Detroit! Detroit!
Guys, stay in the situation.
Here's Darnold now on second down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Hey, we got
Detroit! Detroit!
Darnold from the gun. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
check 13. Check 13. You go 47.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida.
Pick it up, defense. Let's
And
go.
he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Run, go.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Woo!
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They run with Breida. Shifts by him. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
3 down.
And they'll go ground game here to the tailback. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Woo, he ain't going nowhere. Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Out. 3 down. Out. 6 guys. You go 46. Check safety. 26.
Here's Breida. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Out. Oh. Easy.
Prescott now from the 50. Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Hey, you got 3 down. 26.
Third and long for Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Tight is right.
No. Check. Patriot.
Hey, check. 3 down.
Gun.
Right 52.
Gun.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Tight right. 3 down.
Watch him now, Barney.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Come on, run. Bring him in. Yes, sir. Wow. That's it, baby. We gonna work. Yeah, D.
All right, now, lucky 56.
57's the right. Watch 57.
Gun.
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey, guys.
Set. Blue 90. Detroit. All right, now, lucky 56.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Taken right around the 44. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Everyone's got 4 down.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Why ain't?
Check 9, check 9. Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike,
Here we go. 47. 46.
Prescott on 1st down. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker.
they can't hang with us.
Here we go. Kill.
Check
26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Awesome.
Check it out, Reed.
Here we go. Go to 54. Why ain't? 26.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
Watch tight end. Alert.
26.
Now it's Breida. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
The Colts with a first red zone opportunity of the ball game. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
4 down. Check. 4 down. Kill.
26.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
It's coming now.
53's the Mike. 53. Check 53.
26.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch him now, Barney.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
The good old toss play, and this time they go to the left side, so give a lot of credit to the offensive line. Center, guard, tackle, able to seal that side, but the guy that we don't give enough credit to, wide receivers. They have to do a great job of blocking downfield, otherwise that play can be spilled in the backfield. In this case, everyone handled their responsibilities, and they picked up really nice yardage.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
A 1st down throw, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
4 down. Check.
Detroit!
Watch the twist.
On 2nd down, Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Come on, line. We better than that.
1:59 to go in the 1st half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Detroit! Gun!
A play fake, and it's Darnold. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this 1st half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And the Colts getting ready to go. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
It's coming now.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's
47.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. On 1st and 10, Prescott. His throw incomplete. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Strong right.
Here we go. Wide 80.
3 down.
Here we go, 46. Hustle. 26.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And that is caught by Ardarius Stewart. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 8 yards on the completion, but now second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. The Colts send out their punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
On first down, it's Darnold. And his throw here's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
51, Mike.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Caught left side, Hopkins. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Check, 55 to Mike.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Strip the ball.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. This quarterback now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here.
Mike, 55.
Back 99, Philly, here we go.
Check the out, check the out, check the out.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Hey, let's get some penetration here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To the air again, Darnold. And he slings one that's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Four down, four
All
down.
right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Come off the ball hard.
Gun. Hot.
Throwing again is Darnold. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Right.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
57, Mike 57. Hey, let's get
Gun.
Again, Darnold. He's going to fire one deep. It's caught at the 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Keep playing hard, fellas.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Tight end right.
Detroit. Hot. All right, now, Lucky 56.
On 1st down, Darnold. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Here's Corey Grant now to return. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Over.
And they'll run it here. Spinning past him. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The Raiders on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
Detroit! Detroit!
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. This quarterback now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but 1st and 10 here.
Detroit! Detroit!
I got a left. Watch left, watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left.
Detroit! Detroit!
Darnold. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the play. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Tight end's right.
Over!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Watch it now, Barney!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Oh, yeah! Double tight. 4 down.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I'm going to hit you all.
Over!
Right back to him on 1st down. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
You don't know no better. Detroit! Detroit!
Mike 57.
Detroit! Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Gun!
And Darnold just beating the play clock. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. 3rd down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
The Raiders on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Darnold from the gun. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll try to run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Watch that end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
No. Check. Patriot. Gun.
Here's Darnold. Buying time. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Sam Darnold, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
The punter Kaiser now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the 2nd half?
Most of the time in the 1st half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the 2nd half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 40. And the return here is stopped at the 30. Yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Darnold looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hopkins, and he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Raider 1st. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch, maybe you move some motion, maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better match.
And he'll be brought down down by the Colts. Myles Garrett getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Here's Darnold. Over the middle, Dorsett. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And they'll go on the ground. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Go.
Gun. Detroit.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Back to throw, Darnold. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Hey, 4 down.
They come out here in the eye.
Over.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So that's not mission accomplished. It's darn close.
And the Colts coming out now. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Single.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Hot!
Now Glennon. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going. So, you know, I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play out of while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Glennon. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 6 there on first.
Detroit!
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A.J. Klein on the tackle there.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. He got 29 yards that time.
Black 99 Philly, here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Colts have got it back to a one-score game. The extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Gone! 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 Gone!
We got 3 now, but we got to stand up over there.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Gun! Gun, gun!
Alert, alert.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Darnold now to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. He's got a man, complete. On third down, that is a big-time play for the Raiders. 41 yards.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Well, some good games around the league here early in week one, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now Darnold. Quick hitter here, it's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
We got three.
And they'll try to run a game here with the running back. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
4 down. Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 50.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Hey, man up, D.
Gun!
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Hey, now let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just
touchdown, Indianapolis. Calvin Ridley, 55 yards. And the Colts can now take the lead if they convert the extra point. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to go up top again. It's caught inside the 25. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush.
Over!
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. And another timeout taken by the Colts, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Here we go now. Green 39! Green 39! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
Darnold now to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Watch tight. Tight is right. 3 down.
He'll look to throw. This one caught by Ridley. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now the Colts moving quickly here in a hurry-up offense. This is where you learn a lot about rookie quarterbacks. How can they run that 2-minute drill? We're about to find out.
Yeah, and for them, it's not just proving it to guys like you and me watching the game and trying to beat a defense. It's proving it to their teammates that they can have the confidence in them when they line up in these situations.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
No. Check. Patriot.
He's back to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56!
They'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time. Well, they have had no answer for this connection all night long.
Yeah, you just have to think in a 2-minute situation, that's got to be a concentration lap. You know they're going to go back to him with the game that he's been having.
He's going to let it fly. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season, we get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Oakland, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew.
No introduction really necessary.